Yo. Oh shit, hold on. Yeah. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Mambo with the Big Dog Command Room. And we are here for the week 1 matchup against the Dallas Cowgirls for the 1983 season. We getting started the first championship of the Washington Redskins, now the Washington Commanders. But yeah, man, I couldn't find the full game. I was looking for the full game. I know it's a couple seasons where they got the full game for every week, but I found the highlights, so that's what we're gonna watch. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna react to it, you know what I'm saying, and we just gonna vibe out and just enjoy. Welcome to the Big Dog Command Room for real, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna chill out with me, something that I usually do. I mean, I don't watch 1983 highlights, but I watch highlights and football stuff a lot of times, you know what I'm saying. So let's do this, you know what I'm saying. Without further ado.
The opening of the 1983 season truly was a time to sing hail to the Redskins. Just 8 months earlier, Washington had defeated Miami in Super Bowl 17 for its first world championship in 40 years. To get there, the Skins had knocked off the hated Dallas Cowboys in the NFC title game. A world title and a humbling of Dallas along the way. What could be sweeter? Well, how about a 1983 season opener against the Cowboys on Monday night? The Skins with a new block, and what better way to open their title defense than with the beating of their arch rivals on national television? But hold on.
If it is
Cowboys were still the Cowboys. And they're
Eagles like a baby,
dropping their third consecutive NFC Championship game. Revenge had to be on Dallas's mind as it ventured into a sold-out RFK Stadium to tackle Joe Theismann, John Riggins, the Hogs, and 55,000 Redskin fanatics.
Yes, sir.
At Washington's RFK Stadium, both
shirt on
and skins are acceptable in the stands, but on the field it is
crazy. Even in September,
this was especially
even if it was December, somebody might wear it.
Season, when another sellout crowd greeted their Redskins as defending Super Bowl champions. The this night was the most intolerable of all to Washington fans. Head coach Tom Landry and his dreaded Dallas Cowboys. The game would feature the 2 top-rated quarterbacks in the NFC from the previous season. The Redskins' Joe Theismann and the Cowboys.
Freshman, man. Look like freshman, but he just talking
would try to pass the Cowboys to their 18th season opening victory in 19 years. But Dallas had taken on an uncharacteristic role in the NFC
none of these,
as that of the chaser instead of the chasee. The Cowboys had to accept the fact that the champion Redskins were the new team to beat, as Washington head coach Joe Gibbs had become recognized as one of the game's great young minds.
Great young minds.
The names or mistakes, this still was the Redskins and the Cowboys, the NFL's marquee rivalry. In 1982, Danny White was director of the number 2 offense in the NFC. For the Redskins, he was facing a defense which had allowed the fewest points in the NFL. And in a classic battle of strength versus strength, the early rounds would go to Washington.
Oh, yeah. It's Manny.
While the defense played like giant killers, the Redskin offense was turned over to the original Smurf, 5'7" receiver Alvin Garrett, number 89.
I did not know that.
Garrett filling in for the injured Art Monk responded with a game-high 10 catches, 9 of which came in the first half alone. Garrett was Theismann's main target on the night, but not the only one. As the quarterback hit 8 different receivers, including tight end Rick Walker, number 88. Theismann's shooting spree led to a 3-0 Redskin lead, and it was soon 10-0 when John Riggins performed his specialty from a yard out. Washington had
I love the quality of this, that old school look, man.
Things didn't change much in the second.
Oh, get it.
The Cowboys were lobbying to knock off an incumbent champion. Around the same time in Washington, an incumbent president was beginning a campaign for re-election.
Stop playing with us. Come on, man.
Night, the Redskins looked like Ronald Reagan's heading toward a landslide victory over a badly outnumbered group of Walter Mondales.
Our defense is dominating, man.
Dallas cut the lead to 10-3 with a Rafael Septien field goal. But it was all the points the Cowboys could muster in the first half.
Stop playing with us.
While Dallas's weapons were neutralized, Washington's were performing with lethal precision.
Let's get it.
First, there was Riggins, who rambled his way to a team-high 89 yards.
Bro, he used to run like Sean Taylor or something, like with the ball in one hand. I don't know how he didn't fumble.
Next, there was Theismann, who began an MVP season by throwing for nearly
Look how active John Bill Dodgers' feet was.
40 more.
They say he was a really good athlete, though, for real. Like, he could run, I mean.
And there was kicker Mosley, who was on his way to scoring more points in a season than any kicker in history. Mosley's first field goals built
if y'all know about Mosley,
Redskin lead, one which the
face man is crazy.
Wasn't about to relinquish.
Jonathan Allen right here.
The Redskins wrapped up Tony Dorsett and company for less than 100 yards of offense in the first half. Danny White must have felt his hands tied and knots in his stomach as the Cowboys couldn't bear to watch.
You see the C on this thing?
But the next time Dallas looked at things were only getting worse.
But yeah, good dog.
Charlie Brown's 41-yard touchdown catch added insult to an already painful Dallas first half. The Cowboys, down 23-3, were forced to ponder some difficult questions heading into halftime. Were the Redskins really this good? Was a new dynasty emerging in the NFC East?
Yes.
And were some aging Cowboy stars fading in the Washington night?
I love the commentating too. They used to really go in on this. Now they barely show a minute of the day on highlights.
If indeed it was magic Washington had displayed in the first half, the Redskins certainly hoped it carried over to the second.
Hyundai Tucson versus Honda CR-V.
My bad, I ain't know it was gonna be ad.
Hyundai Tucson wins every time. Right now, get 2.9% APR on the 2023 Tucson or the $750 bonus cash. Visit
$750.
Tom Landry wasn't a big believer in hocus pocus, and he took corrective measures to shake his spellbound Cowboys from their hypnotic fog.
If y'all don't score, I'm cutting all y'all. There you go. Is it Drew Pearson? Oh my gosh, man. Derek Green let that happen.
Tony Hill's 75-yard score cut the Washington lead to 23-10. And while it quieted the RFK faithful, it also seemed to silence the Redskin attack.
Oh!
1983 Redskins possessed an offense of epic proportion. But in the second half against the Cowboys, these Washington heroes suddenly were living a nightmarish odyssey.
Well, he came back from 23-3. What's up with it, man?
While the Redskin offense found itself falling back to earth, the Dallas attack was just taking flight. And it was once again the wings of the fleet Tony Hill which helped the Cowboys soar.
Tony Hill? I've never heard of this dude. Where's Darryl Green at?
Our hookup from White was his second catch of a scoring bomb in the third quarter, and trimmed a once overwhelming Redskin lead to just one.
Look at these jerseys, like.
Hill would go on to lead Dallas in receiving yardage for the 6th straight season. And another look at his touchdown shows that Redskin quarterback Anthony Washington, number 24, had Hill in perfect coverage. The White's pass was just a bit more perfect.
Oh, yeah, you can't guard it.
Hill's catches dropped like a bomb on Washington as the Redskins suddenly were fighting to stay afloat.
Oh, man. It's Jay Reed.
Washington's biggest strength definitely was its high-powered offense, one which would go on to produce an NFL record 541 points in 1983. But from the looks of things, Dallas wasn't interested in records, just revenge.
Hey. I don't like this.
While the Washington point scoring machine temporarily was derailed, the Cowboys went to work racking up their own impressive numbers. With the help of a dependable friend, running back Tony Dorsett. Dorsett was part of a Dallas attack which would score 479 points in 1983.
I was about to say this game.
Highest mark in NFL history.
He get low though. He just paying low.
The seventh-year back scooted for 151 yards against the Redskins, over half of which came on this 77-yard run. His longest of the season.
77 yards? The longest of the season. Of course, he's still letting people break records.
While Dorsett took care of the marathon sprinting, it was a short jog by Danny White that finally put Dallas ahead in the fourth quarter. White's 1-yard bootleg gave the Cowboys a 24-23 lead and forced Joe Theismann to play catch-up for the first time in the game.
He's down by 1 point. Oh my gosh, bro.
Ron Fellows' 33-yard interception return put the
imagine this being so cutting edge, but I can't really just pick who he throwing to. Hold on, I gotta run this. And this dude, he painted his face for y'all. Y'all did this stuff.
Maybe, just maybe, the Dallas Cowboys weren't ready to run. White's 1-yard bootleg gave the Cowboys a 24-23 lead and forced Joe Theismann to play catch-up for the first time in the game.
Yo, y'all know I love my boy, but that really looked like some Heineken type throw, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who was throwing to.
33-yard
I think he overthrew that receiver, but it was covered. He just spit it out of bounds.
And was a harsh glimpse of reality for the Washington faithful. It was a glimpse that maybe, just maybe, the Dallas Cowboys weren't ready to relinquish their dominance in the NFC East. The Cowboys were used to having opponents band together in order to knock them down a peg or two. But this time it was Dallas which had pulled together to conquer a mightier foe. Dallas interception set up the game clincher, with White going to Doug Cosby for his third touchdown pass of the half.
Oh my gosh. They scored another
The
touchdown?
Cowboys' 4 unanswered scores gave them a 31-23 lead and left Joe Theismann with little more to shoot for than a consolation touchdown drive. Theismann moved Washington into position for a last-gasp score, but a touchdown toss to Don Warren only padded the scoreboard for the shell-shocked Redskins. This game definitely belonged to Dallas, and Danny White could be proud to walk away not only with a game ball, but with an amazing 31-30 comeback victory. Dallas would go on to lose in the NFC wildcard game, while Washington advanced to its second straight Super Bowl. But on this night, America's team could treasure the moment. It had shown all of America what it was made of.
Well, that was it, guys. I said it was gonna be high scoring. I said 28-24. Ended up being what, 31-30. It was so close, but this typical Washington stuff, man. Like, you know what I'm saying. We was doing it back then, like letting the dude run 70 yards on us and stuff after we dominated the first half. And then throw that pick, like bro really looked like Heineke, like, you know what I'm saying, on some stuff. But that's pretty much it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying. I'm disappointed. I never liked losing to Dallas. I wish this was like week 17 of this year. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we'll get back to it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it though. It's your boy Mambo, the Big Dog Command Room. I will be Actually, let's do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Since no point in doing a post game. Like, let's do it all in one. Yeah, that was like I thought that Drew Pearson was gonna be like the problem for them on offense. Like, you know, but Tony Hill, I never heard of him. We see. Tony Hill was a problem for them. Got 2 on us, like, you know. I don't know if he's man. I don't know if he is like a Hall of Fame type guy. I'm probably being ignorant. Why you got this dude, white guy on here? Not to be racist, but he played 10 seasons for Dallas. Trying to see his stats or whatever. I think did he get drafted by the 49ers? I think he got, wait, no, he played for the 49ers after Dallas. He played 10 seasons for Dallas and then 1 season for the 49ers. Need to see his stats. He had 7,988 receiving yards. 479 catches for 7,988 receiving yards and 51 touchdowns. And he was selected to 3 Pro Bowls. That's solid. Pretty solid. Like, you know, playing for 10 seasons and getting that is pretty solid. Like, it was a problem. I didn't hear anything about Drew Pearson. Of course, we didn't see the full game, so I don't know, you know, what all that was. I guess I could kind of look up the stats for that game on our side. Cause Joe Biden looked good in the first half. I don't know if y'all watching. Like, I like the way his feet were so active and stuff like that. It's just so good to see like fundamental football, like, you know, that old school, like, stick to the plan, like, type football. But it's different, man. Like, it's different now. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing wrong with that, really. You know, I mean, it's just a new era. But, like, you know, the to see, that's not it. To see them, like, see how it was. You remember I was talking about how Tony Dorsett was running with his pad level low. Like, it's beautiful to see, man. I mean, John Riggins, like, he a different dude. Like, he was built different. Like, you know, running straight up with the ball just in his hand, like it's a sack of bread and stuff like that. He's different, like, you know. But, you know, for the most part, you'll see that. And it looked like it was a pretty good game. For 31-30, it was like, that's probably an exciting game, man. So, oh, look, I popped up on Bing. You know, I'm making it out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to find a stat. Okay. They scored 28 points on this in the second half. That's devastating. Like, I'm blown, like, by that. Like I said, Mark Mosley, y'all better understand, he's one of the best. He scored the first field goal for us. John Riggins scored a touchdown. Septien scored a field goal for the Cowboys. Mark Mosley kicked a field goal. He kicked 2 field goals in the first half. Charlie Brown had a 41-yard pass from Joe Theismann. And then in the second half, Tony Hill scored 2 touchdowns on us. The first one, like, he job burnt, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The second one, he couldn't guard it better than that. Then they had Danny White with the 1-yard run. That's the quarterback. Then Doug Cosby with the 1 yard pass. But I thought, I thought Tony Dorsett had a touchdown. I guess he just had a 75-yard run. Dale Green must have caught him. Like, they ain't show that part. Like, you know what I'm saying? You running for 75 yards all the way down the sideline. I'm thinking you scored a touchdown, but I guess he did. And then Don Warren scored a pass. So I'm trying to find the actual stats. So Danny White threw for nine completions for 20 yards. It's disgusting. That completion percentage is crazy. He had 119 passing rating, but I guess because he scored 3 touchdowns, he did it for 193 yards. Like, maybe the passing rating was different back in the day. He threw for 2 touchdowns, didn't he? I don't know. Oh, that's rushing. He threw for 3 touchdowns, so that's getting the pass rating. 9 for 20 for 193 yards, 3 touchdowns. He got sacked twice, 20 yards. His longest pass was 75 yards to Tony Hill, 119 passing rating. And for whatever reason, Tony Dorsett had a pass attempt. That would have been interesting. I wish they would have showed that. And he didn't complete it. And he had a 39.6 passer rating. So you just throw the ball once, you get a 39. So it's like write your name on the test. And then Tony Dorsett, he ran for 14 times for 151 yards. Bro, crazy. He had a 77-yard run. And that's pretty much it. He didn't score. Ron Springs, whoever that is, Sean Springs, dead. I think he might be with Sean Springs dead for real. He ran for 9 times for 32 yards. Like, I'm for real. I think he's Sean Springs dead. Cause I think he had like some legacy in it. That's pretty much it. He ran for 32 yards. So altogether they ran for 187. Then minus that 184. We ran for that. That's cool. I mean, they blew up in the second half. It's tough for us. I'm mad that they did that. Well, Joe Theismann, he threw for 28 times. He threw 28 times with 38 yards, 38 attempts, 325 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I don't know where the heck he was throwing it to. He got sacked 3 times for 26 yards, and his longest pass was 41 yards for 105.7 passer rating. So this man threw for more yards and still had a lower passer rating than Danny White. And he ran for 3 times for 36 yards. The longest run was 22 yards. Like the one, I think that was the highlight where I was saying he was a good athlete. He really was a good athlete from what I've heard, and that proves it. John Riggins said 27 ran for 27 times, for 89 yards. His longest was 18 yards. Everybody else was kind of like, yeah. All together, we ran for, I don't know if like on his map, 23. Altogether, 148 yards. So they killed us on the ground. We got them in the air, but they still beat us, so it doesn't really matter. They have defensive stats. Of course, Ron Fellows, whoever that is, like he caught an interception against us with 33 yards for the touchdown. That was a blower. I don't think they used to record tackles. I don't know. That just wasn't their thing. I'm trying to see if they got sacks or whatever. Like, Yeah. I wonder how different this would have been if they had Art Monk though. Like, I mean, it wasn't like he wasn't scoring points, but I just wonder how different it would have been. And I don't think the Cowboys, they did have Drew Pearson, but he didn't really make an impact from what I've seen. Let's see. Team stats. They're not showing receiving. Drew Pearson, he only had one pass for 7 yards. Oh, so Tony Hill was that dude. 3 receptions, 133 yards. Killed us. Charlie Brown had 6 receptions for 97 yards. Joe Washington had 2 receptions for 28 yards. Alvin Garrett, the original Smurf. I didn't know he was the original Smurf. I thought it was Art Monk. He had 10 receptions for 101 yards. Doc had 4 receptions for 45 yards. I can't say this guy name. Iaquinto for 2 receptions, 23 yards. Virgil C for one reception, 16 yards. Don Warren, 2 receptions, 9 yards. Mark McGrath, 1 reception, 6 yards. So that is cool. They don't record tackles. This is crazy. Like, I didn't know that. So that is crazy. Yeah, man. So I guess moving forward, we have like the starters: Joe Theismann, John Riggins, running back; Charlie Brown, receiver; Alvin Garrett, receiver; Don Warren, tight end; Doc Walker, tight end; Joe Jacoby, left tackle; Russ Grimm, left guard; Jeff Bossick, center; Mark May, right guard; George Stark, right tackle; and then left defensive end Todd Liebenstein. Left D tackle Dave Butts. Daryl Grant is right tackle. Dexter Manley is right defensive end. Left linebacker Mel Kaufman. Neil Okwitz is middle linebacker. Rich Millot, right linebacker. Daryl Green, left cornerback. What happened? Where was he at? Vernon Dean, right cornerback. Curtis Jordan, strong safety, and Mark Murphy, free safety. I don't know if that was his first year. When did he get drafted? Cause I need to know this stuff. So that was his first year. So I don't even think my man was starting like that. Like, he was out there, but he wasn't out there. You know what I'm saying? And then I need to see Dexter Manley with jersey number 72. Oh yeah. So that was Dexter Manley getting them sacks. Like, he was going in. I think he had 2 sacks. And then number 77, whoever that was going in too. And that was pretty much it. We disappointing loss to the Cowboys, Cowgirls, whatever, Cow Pies, whatever. I'm saying. Yeah, we want to get it together. We had to get it together because we ended up winning the Super Bowl. So, that's pretty much it. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out on the path. So. It's your boy Mambo with Big Dog Command Room. Welcome to the living room. I'll be back with the week 1 reflections. It's so weird because I'm just I'm still trying to think about the regular season, what week it was. But be there with the week 1 reflections. Basically reflecting on this game. It's not so much because I just did it with the post game, but it's not. I'm gonna watch it again a couple times and try to actually give some more. But it's gonna also be kind of some updates about the team, modern day, in the present day. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Chilling, vibing with me. I will catch y'all on the flip side. Until next time, it's your boy Mambo, Big Dog Command Room. Like, comment,